I don't think we should accept that. No me digas eso. Whatever.
All right. Hello, everyone, and a very good morning from two United fans who just witnessed a big win.
Yeah.
But I'm Omar Gutierrez with Pitch Please.
Dylan Monroy with the Dylan Monroy Show.
That's right. It's good to have you on here, brother. Been a long time coming.
I know, dude. It's been a
Together,
while.
doing some stuff.
Yeah. I know you for a long time.
How long now?
Since I was, I don't know, like 13, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Now we're in our early 30s.
Early 30s, yeah. Not that late into our 30s quite yet, but yeah, it's been a while. Well, you joined our team
Oh, yeah, dude.
through one of our mutual friends.
Heck yeah. I ended up, joining the soccer love of joining Pumas La Habra.
That's right.
And I was a complete noob at the time. I didn't even know how to play soccer or juggle a ball or do anything. But eventually I learned, and that's what kind of started my whole love of the game. So here I am.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it was very fun times, good times, but now we're at the point where now we're just watching and talking about the game. Not
Yeah.
so much playing.
We're not so much playing, but the passion always stays, and we're still soccer lovers,
Oh,
always and forever.
for sure.
You know?
That's never gonna change.
Bro, so let's talk about this game, dog.
Yep, Manchester United versus Man City. United coming off of one of probably like the worst runs ever, I think, for any team, honestly.
I think so. I mean, they haven't been doing very well recently. And I mean, I don't want to give them excuses because it's City, but they got no center backs. They're having trouble with the defense. They just signed Mark Guille. But in the end, you still have to perform with the team that you have. And it always has been that, like, that's always been the excuse for like United and stuff. They got injuries and stuff. So now all of a sudden, the big club like City, or like the bigger club lately, unfortunately, they have injury problems, and they're now taking those excuses. So you definitely saw that, and you definitely saw the display. I felt like the energy level of United was different. And I had seen some reports that said Michael Carrick was showing like different sort of tactics, different sort of like practices that the players had never seen before with Ruben Amorim. So I'm not sure if that actually was true or not, but the display that they had against City, I don't know, shows it to me.
Yeah, there was something definitely different. And I think it might come as a coach. I mean, I've coached, I've played pretty much all my life. One of the things that we kind of implement as coaches and ex-players is like a drill that you did growing up or that you really liked. So maybe that's some of the stuff that maybe he was implementing is stuff that he did under like Sir Alex. And I'm sure a lot of it is stuff that these players, especially the younger ones, had never seen before.
That's probably true because I feel like every new manager that comes in has this new philosophy, this new style, this new something. Everyone is trying so hard to be the next Pep Guardiola and revolutionize the game, when sometimes it's better to go back to the basics and what you know and what you're good at. And I feel like Carrick understands that, being from the Fergie era. He's coming from a different time period. He's also been a manager in lower divisions in England, and now he's taken on the reins interim role with United, but he's trying to make an impression because he wants the job.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does. I don't think any professional or like coach would come into a job knowing it's temporary and not wanting to like stay,
Yeah.
I know it didn't happen, but with Ole, he said, I'll take the job no matter what conditions and whatever you're.
Yeah,
He said.
that's funny. Amarin got fired, and immediately Solskjaer threw his name in the ring, and Man United didn't even really consider him at that point. I didn't see much about him, but maybe they were evaluating their options. But I think Carrick was in an interim role, funnily enough, right after Solskjaer.
Yeah, he did
right?
3 games. He won 2, lost 1. I mean, no, didn't lose 1. He won 2, drew 1.
Okay.
So in 4 games as Manchester United,
He's got a winning record.
he has a winning record. He hasn't lost. So
You can't say that for Amarim, who has like a 33% win percentage or whatever.
yeah, the results didn't really favor him.
And
But
what's funny about that whole thing with Amarim? Like right now, if you look at the table after City, I think currently, without all the games being played today, United sit in 4th place.
yeah, we got Champions League, football next season. If the season ended today right now,
Yeah, right now
we're playing Champions League next.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about after all the turmoil and all the drama and all the amarim. I basically don't want to be here. Talk.
Yeah.
We're like right there to get four.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, everyone else has yet to play, but hopefully we have some
Yeah,
results
Liverpool's gonna
that are
play eventually. They're gonna lose, so don't worry about that.
yeah. Because that's who we have below us, right? Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool are fifth right now, but I mean, we're trying to kick them out. We're trying to make their reign of terror end. I'm tired of
Be short-lived, yeah.
Yeah, have you, as a United fan, Liverpool fans look at you like you're beneath them
Yeah,
because they
just because they won it once.
yeah, they won, like, recently, like, 1 or twice. Okay, fine, twice. Ooh, like, your glory days are when you weren't even born, and maybe your father wasn't even born. So, like, come on. Anyway.
Yeah, that's for sure, but no, we definitely need to get back into the winning ways, and I think it's a really good start for Michael Carrick.
Oh, yeah. Do you think Michael Carrick could win the job, like, just outright, like, during the season and get a contract? Like, what do you
I
think he
think
has to
so.
do?
I mean, obviously finish top 4,
Mhm.
keep, the energy and the same style of play. I know they mentioned it right after the game where even with Amarim, like, they said, like, "Oh, they had really good games." But now the thing is, can they keep it up for the next games? And we have Arsenal next away, so
Hey, man, we just beat City. We
we
have a
do have
chance.
Arsenal, yeah.
We have a chance. I know Arsenal is first in the league right now, and they kind of have probably the stingiest defense in the Premier League,
Yeah.
which I mean is tough. And as we've seen with United, they have a tough time breaking down teams. But from what I saw against City, they were playing off the counterattack,
Yeah.
from what I could tell, and it was almost reminiscent of Fergie's days.
Exactly. Yeah. It definitely reminded us of that. Where honestly, yeah, and that first goal came off of a Manchester City corner kick.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire wins a header, and the ball falls to Bruno, and then he just breaks. And
Whatever happened, all the Maguire hate as a United fan. Like honestly,
he earned his respect back, man.
he
I love
did.
that guy.
Like, there was a massive, like, roller coaster. He was too expensive, made lots of mistakes, what bench, and then he's just resurrected his, like, identity as, like, probably
Absolutely. With just putting his head down, working hard,
yeah,
staying quiet. He
and
did
he's
it. He didn't need to go on a retreat like other players, if you know who I'm talking about.
who's that?
Some Barcelona player.
Oh, Ronaldo Rojo? Come on, bro. Hey, man, he's going through a spiritual transformation or
He
something, he
is
says, as he claims.
mental. See, that's all right. I don't want to get too much into that.
Yeah.
Keep it about United. All right, moving on. So that was our manager hot seat for today. A little segment we're gonna start doing. By the way, our little series we call right here is from the bench. We're on the bench. Can't really see it, but that's gonna
This
be
is literally a bench.
yeah. We're on a bench. We'll show you guys after, but yeah. So that was the manager hot seat. Definitely had to get started with Michael Carrick. I think is like in the hottest seat as a manager that you can be
Oh,
in
yeah.
is the Manchester United bench.
That or
Uh,
Chelsea. They fire people every year.
Yeah, that was also very surprising, I guess. Apparently, Enzo Maresca was also on the hot seat, and maybe he didn't know it, we didn't know it, but yeah, it was a little surprising.
Chelsea operates differently than even Man United. They
That is
just
very true.
do not care. They're just like, it's not working. Go away. Whereas United, it's like they suck so bad that
It gets to the point
it gets to the
we
point you
have
have to
to
fire.
yeah. Maybe at Chelsea, they're just like, "You know what? You're doing alright, but we just really don't like the way that you're doing things."
They're spoiled at Chelsea.
Yeah.
They got too much money now.
Oh, absolutely.
Too much.
Money we could use. Which, by the way, apparently Glazers are open to selling the club,
Open to, oh, dude,
but they value it at $6 billion though.
I don't care. The Qataris can pay
Yeah,
that
some
kind of price. I think it was last season or the year before when the Qataris and Jim Ratcliffe were probably like fighting for like,
before Ratcliffe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, at first, I didn't want the oil money, but let's be realistic. Nowadays, the oil money makes you an elite tier club
Absolutely.
because of the finances, because of the coaching you could get. And honestly, the Glazers have ruined United from what we can tell since they bought it. Fergie basically covered it up with a big old band-aid. Nobody knew anything was going on until he left.
Then everything came to
Everything
light.
just fell.
It wasn't as pretty as we thought it was.
It was not.
And we've been suffering those consequences for over 10 years now.
Has it been that long? Well, damn.
Yeah, because 2012,
Oh yeah, that's when he retired.
and then that last season,
Oh snap.
or the season before that, was when the last time we won the league. So yeah, it's been 12 years,
Dang.
13.
I was a junior in high school.
Yeah,
That should say how long I've been loyal to this badge.
that's right. How long have you been a United fan?
For me, it's been since the Cristiano Ronaldo days,
Same
the
here.
Champions League. I
Like,
believe it's 2008.
okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even before that, like just seeing Ronaldo do his step overs. At that time I was a kid, so like the Ronaldo faux hawk. Granted, I have no
Oh,
hair now,
absolutely.
but
I don't have much left either. But
that was like the whole shit or spiel.
yeah, not same. Throughout all of high school, the faux hawk, I used to not even like put product in it. It was just dry. I don't know. I remember seeing that.
I remember seeing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
mine I had to do it,
Yeah.
but I mean now you can't tell. Now I have a shiny head, but those were the days. If you wore vapors, you were like the cool kid
Oh, absolutely.
or the rich kid. If you wore vapors, you were like the cool kid
Oh,
or
absolutely.
the rich kid.
Not so much rich.
The
So for the
cool
first
kid.
couple of pairs that I had, it was never the elite top end model.
Yeah.
But we were in there. Yeah, we had a few.
Yeah, and they're the ones who gave you blisters, but you're like, I want to be like Ronaldo.
That's for sure. All right. So while we're on the manager hot seat, move a little bit away from United in the Premier League and talk about Real Madrid real quick. What do you feel about Arbeloa?
Beloa?
How
Oh,
was his
okay.
first game?
Beloa, honestly, to me, just looks like a puppet hire, like for
It
Real Madrid.
doesn't
Like,
look like he knows too much what he's doing, right? Kind of just there.
because I know he's a youth team coach, right? For
Yeah, I believe the U18s.
yeah.
No, it was a the Real Madrid Castilla coach.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
see, look, he's in there, he's involved, but when you go from Real Madrid Castilla with a bunch of kids who are actually going to listen to you
Yeah.
to a team, a bunch of divas and superstars,
Big
it's a
difference.
big difference. And I feel as though it's not his fault because we saw a real good manager, Xabi, walk
And
out the door
because of said players.
because of those divas. Yeah. And now Arbeloa is only going to do his best with what he's got. And clearly it's a broken squad, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And I don't think Arb himself is able to fix it. They lost in, I believe, the other cup against Albacete.
Basete, yeah.
Albacete.
Second division, and they're battling for relegation.
Which is crazy that they lost to a team like that.
Yeah.
Madrid.
And that comes to show you where whatever place you're at, whatever league you're in, soccer or football is a sport of 11 versus 11. Once that first whistle blows, anything can happen. And it's just a prime example of that.
Oh yeah, and that's the beauty of the sport. I think I even saw that an old center back for Real Madrid, Jesus Vallejo, I believe it was.
Was he on that team?
He's on the Albacete. Like he hasn't been on Real Madrid for a while now. He was loaned a lot, but there was a footage of him crying
Wow.
after
With
Real Madrid got kicked out. I didn't understand it because it was like they were saying like he was crying because Real Madrid kicked out, but technically his team won.
Yeah.
So that's how much passion he has.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate because then you have players like that have to make their way out of a club, And then I guess an example for us is I'm sure Rashford, I'm sure he would have loved to stay and like it's his boyhood club, but
Would he have liked to have stayed? He just won a Super Copa and he's living in Barcelona. So I don't know.
yeah, but I mean, as far as like that passion for like that loyalty that you have towards the team, I think if he would have given the opportunity, I think he would have stayed. I feel like he's one of those players.
Perhaps he might. It's on a loan.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Although Barcelona's pretty keen on keeping him.
They're broke.
You don't think they can afford the 30 mil?
No, they can't. They can't afford anybody.
Yeah.
They lost an 18-year-old kid who paid his own release clause.
That's right.
And
Bro,
Bro,
I believe.
yeah, and he was like a major prospect, and he just said, "Deuces, I'm out." He probably, well, for one thing, the competition in his position is probably heavy,
Yeah.
and he probably wants to get game time.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I imagine the kid wants to get paid.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because he was set to renew, right? He was just turning 18. They were gonna renew his contract from the
They were gonna
The
renew his
youth
contract, but I'm pretty sure
contract. Knew that they weren't gonna maybe pay as much as he was hoping.
yeah, because I think if I saw rumors of PSG potentially, and
They'll pay.
yeah, they'll pay.
They'll give him
They'll pay
$1,000.
buddy, and he's 18 years old, so he's probably like, I need to change my career ambitions, and he's gonna play on a great team and probably make more money. But that's what I heard PSG. But regardless, he'll probably go to a bigger club.
There's bigger clubs out there.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of touched a little bit on topic, but move on to the next segment of who is next for Manchester United. Do you think Carrick stays, or do we have other options?
Okay, this goes off the topic that we were talking about earlier. Like Carrick is the interim. So I think he's gonna do a good job. And if he keeps doing a good job and keeps us in the top four, I think he's gonna earn it because I think United wants some sort of symbolicness of like the past. because
And
everyone is
some
yeah,
consistency as well, which if you have them finish off the season
yeah.
pretty well, like, why not continue and try and build on that?
Exactly. I don't understand this whole idea of like every single club needs to give every manager like a 5 or 6 year deal, you know? Like in
Yeah.
the case of Carrick, maybe give him like a 2 year deal extension after this year if it works out. But let's just say Carrick is an option, right? Because we don't know how he's going to turn out. This summer is the World Cup, right?
Mhm.
And there's a lot of managers who are pretty, notable that we can say like Thomas Tuchel with England, Mauricio Pochettino with USA.
That
So
could be possible options, I
those
think.
those could be possible options. Both have a reputation in the Premier League. Both have won things. Much Pochettino in a Champions League final. Tuchel actually winning a Champions League final.
Yeah.
Um, to me, those are like some big options. But what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I had some I don't know if you would call them smaller names than those that you mentioned, but they've just haven't been on the, like, international scale. They're more of the, like, Premier League. I have, Unai Emery as a possible option. I don't know if he would be a good fit for
Mm,
Manchester United, but, I mean, he's doing a really good job at Villa. I mean, I think he could very well I know he didn't work out at Arsenal, but
that's the
that's
thing. It is Arsenal, but I mean, they've been holding a manager Arteta for mediocrity for what, like 6 to 7 seasons
going
now.
on 6 years now, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see if they win the Premier League. But what Arteta to me is not as great as.
Which, by the way, Arsenal fans, you're welcome for today.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did you
So
a
if
service.
yeah, if y'all end up winning the league, kudos to you. Finally, 6 years in the making. It's probably gonna be because of today's result,
Probably.
because you win at Nottingham, playing a little bit, that's 9 points ahead, and if if you don't end up winning the league after today, just be ready.
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna all talk smack on you for sure. Back to the manager.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
manager. So what about another name that I've seen kind of and all this is, by the way, speculation, rumors, things see online, nothing from a reputable source.
Luis Enrique, look, to me, he's the man.
Think so.
He is probably to me the next best manager, not on a international stage. 'Cause Ancelotti's also with Brazil, right?
Yeah,
So I think to me the best next guy is Luis Enrique. Pep Guardiola and Luis Enrique to me are like not the same level, but Luis Enrique's right there.
yeah.
The man just won a treble with PSG. He turned around PSG. He somehow convinced Ousmane Dembele to work hard, and he won a Ballon d'Or.
Oh yeah.
So to me, Luis Enrique would be the perfect hire. The problem is his contract ends next summer in
Next summer.
2027. But if you're United or any club for that matter, do you pay to get him out of that contract?
So it's well. So okay. So
2027.
27. Oh, okay.
So he has 1 year left.
One more year.
He has 1 more year
And I'm
left.
sure if PSG would ask for a pretty penny if they were on it.
They probably would because
Because the only thing that I have seen that he came out and said is that he's not going to renew with PSG, that he wants a new challenge.
exactly.
So
And that's why if I'm PSG, you hear that and you hear a player say, oh, like, I'm not going to renew or something like that. You're already, as a club, thinking, I need to make some money off of this, or like,
yeah,
and move on from this.
unfortunately, a lot of clubs do see it that way.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you mentioned with the player, oh, I don't want to renew. So not many clubs will be like, okay, finish out your contract and then thank you, be on your way. They'll be like, how can I still? Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's a business, and you wouldn't want to let go of an asset that is not going to bring in any value to you. So if
True.
there's a year left in the contract, I'm sure they'll look for somebody to come in and pay a little bit.
If I'm United and Carrick doesn't get the job done because, for whatever reason, I would pay. He was the only manager that I think would be worth some pay for like a transfer fee because we've seen him not only pick the right players, build the right system, and develop like a player to become world like elite.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like you
well,
said, he got Dembele from this injury-prone laughingstock that we also at Barcelona, which was always like, oh, he had the potential, but he actually got to where he was expected under Luis Enrique.
yeah.
So if he's able to do that, I mean, there's a lot of good individual talent at United, but if he's able to take one or two into that next like level two, like the lose one level,
That would
that would be something. And he's shown that he can also work with the youth. I mean, not many people knew much about Desiree Doué.
yeah.
He was a
Ruben Neves also in the midfield was very young.
yeah. So I mean, and then if we know one thing about United, is that we love our academy.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of talent there, so I'm sure he would be a great fit.
Yeah, that's who I would like if Carrick doesn't work out, to be honest. But, I think
Hopefully it does though. But even I mean, maybe it works out enough where we keep Carrick until Versatility up with it. Or if we're doing that well under Carrick, I mean, maybe he'll be with us for a couple of years.
we shall see. There's only one way to tell, and results will show what
Yeah.
happens, you know?
I was gonna say time will tell, but sometimes they don't give him that much time.
They don't.
Like you
Just
said,
look at Chelsea. Chelsea
already
wins trophies, and they
yeah,
fire managers. That's crazy.
first ever Club World Cup, you win it, but not even that guaranteed
No,
your time.
that's crazy to me.
Yep. All right, good time, good time. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Somebody has told you, like a coach or even a parent, a
Mm,
friend.
well, I had a brief stint as a coach.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I had a brief stint as a coach
Same
with
high school. We were at the same high school.
yeah, same high school. We coached brief time, and honestly, it's hard. And I give more credit to every single coach of any sport because it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and you really gotta be a motivator for whoever your players are. And as you're asking, like, what would I say to young player? Working hard cannot be understated enough. Like,
You got to put in the effort.
you need to put in effort, like insane effort. I've seen players that are talented, even from our days as like young players that are extremely talented, but maybe they didn't work extra hard to get that extra mile.
Couple come to mind. I think I know exactly who you're talking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention
Yeah.
names or anything.
There's a couple that if they would have worked a little bit harder, they would have gone so much further with their career.
Yeah,
Maybe it's not something they wanted to do, but they had it in them for sure.
right, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like as a kid, you're not aware of like adulthood and bills and things like that, right? But you look at the Premier League or you look at what other people at the World Cup, and it's like all those players had talent, but they also had to work super hard, conditioning wise, eating good, not doing dumb things, right? To propel themselves forward, like practicing for hours, juggling for hours, like doing drills for hours.
And a lot of times it's gonna be by yourself.
Yeah, it's by yourself and you're basically saying I'm going to suffer some more even after your coaching session. Like if you go to a training session and that's all you're doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
And that's one of the things that, like they touched on, because that's one of the things that it took me a really long time to understand. And I mean, I probably honestly realized that too late because I did have like my dream was to to play professionally. But I was not aware that just by that you had to do more outside of your group training session. So that's something that, like, as a coach and as the time that I spent coaching, like, it's something that you need to get across. Perfect, you're here, you show up for your training session with your team, but if you really want to get to that next step,
Mhm.
you need to put in the time outside of your training sessions with your team. You need to do individual work, ball work, technical work, even just watching games. You got to analyze it, you got to read, you got to understand the game. There's been many examples of players who are very technically gifted, right? But they just can't read the game. And it's gonna get to a point where that's gonna matter and that's gonna hinder your movement.
I feel like especially today and where we live in the US, especially, I've noticed we are so focused on like athleticism and conditioning to the point where I feel like we miss out on the tactical part, the natural flow of a game. I feel like North American players like Mexican players either also don't have this flair or natural touch that players in like say even Europe have. Like they have a different style and different ideology of how to play the game. Whereas here it's like a very athletic, an up and down system. I don't know. It's so American, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure you've heard it before where you think my the first thing that comes to mind is your D1, your college division 1 athletes. The main thing that they were looking for, like you said, it was just their physical aspect and their athleticism where it's like, okay, this guy maybe is not so great on the ball, but he'll run for days. Or
And he's way faster than
yeah,
everybody,
he's
way
faster than
stronger.
everybody else, and I think I might see a shift now, like, we're here in the US or North America, we're shifting a little bit away from that, but I still see that as one of the big things that, like, top colleges and teams look for in,
Mm,
players, which is their athletic ability.
yeah.
Which, I mean, is not a bad thing for sure, but you also gotta be able to match that with technical ability and your knowledge of the game.
It's the technical ability that I think is the most important value going forward. Because as we've seen players like Messi who are very small, not physically strong, but they're just like technically incredibly smart. Pedri kind of player, incredibly smart, knows everything. So his awareness is incredible. Like that is something I feel isn't natural to the player here in the United
Yeah.
States, potentially North America. Because like even in Mexico, like I would say the only player who has that currently, he's 17 years old and his name is Gilberto Mora,
Yeah.
and that's the only guy I think has a natural ability like that.
And you can tell that it's not something that happens so often,
No.
especially because, like with Gilberto Mora, he's just 17, and there's so much talk about him with the national team and going to bigger teams because yeah, he played for Tijuana.
Cholos Tijuana, that's literally my Liga MX club, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
not a bandwagoner.
But yeah, yeah, just because something that seems so like so new and different to us, but it's like something that you see pretty often in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, it's more natural to them to have that sort of like play style.
Yeah, it's a different kind of style that I hope with the World Cup coming this summer, in 2026, that like it has the same effect as it did back in 1994, where there's a huge wave of like soccer passion and love here that it developed the MLS.
Hmm.
And then now MLS is around still, but all these kids who are like 10, 12, 13 years old or whatever, they watch Premier League, but I feel like they don't actually understand the passion as much behind it until they see like a World Cup, and then they're like, "Oh, we need to be like those players. We need to be like the Pedris, like the Lamine Yamals, like um the Cole Palmers." It's a different style of play that they need to adopt. These guys aren't big yoked kind of players. They're just very technical, better at dribbling, passing.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys that you mentioned, I mean, perfect example, Lamine Yamal. You look at him, he looks like just this kind of scrawny kid that you wouldn't think anything of if you didn't know or like he didn't have the recognition that he does
Mm.
for his game. That if you were to just see him randomly, you'd not think much of him.
You probably wouldn't think much of him. Like, I feel like if Lamine Yamal came on a pitch here and he was coming to high school, like, I think he wouldn't be picked.
By just by looking at him,
It's like,
obviously, once you see him play, it'd be a
what?
whole different story. But just
Yeah.
like I'm saying, from looking at, and he reminds me of a lot of the players that I had. When I first coached high school, I coached a freshman team, and he kind of gives me that vibe of like some of the kids that I had on there, and like obviously he's a completely different
Oh,
story.
different level, completely different level, of course. But, y- you know,
But it was just basing it off looks. Is pretty much what we're saying.
yeah,
He doesn't seem like
not the physical guy.
there are for sure guys where you look at and they're like fit and strong. You're like, okay, this looks like he does something, but
Yeah.
that wouldn't be the case with a lot of these guys,
Right.
especially
And
like
that's the thing.
skill wingers.
That's the thing, like, going back to, what we should be telling kids nowadays and things like that. Don't Conditioning and the athleticism is important and it has its importance to the game because you need to last 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is the technical aspect. You know, your fundamentals. Like
Yes.
to me, if I was to give an example of what kind of player every kid should aspire to be, and it's not Messi, it's not Cristiano Ronaldo, it's not these superstars, it's not Neymar. I wouldn't tell a kid go follow that kind of player. To me, I would tell a kid learn from Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller does everything really well. Really, really well. He can pass. He can move without the ball. He can score. He can header. He's two-footed, but he doesn't do anything, I would say, sexy, you know? Like it's that kind of thing that I think players need to forget about the flashiness and stuff.
Yeah, don't worry too much about being part of the highlight reel.
Yeah.
In other words,
You will have those moments and you're gonna be in your backyard or whatever, like practicing a trick and stuff. And like, who says don't use it? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't use it all the time. Use it in like specific moments because what's most important in any sport is possession of the ball. The longer you have the possession of the ball, you reduce potential to get scored on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very simple idea is you can't the other team, especially like as a coach, like you can't get scored on if they don't have the ball.
Right.
But if you can't keep it, obviously that gives room for
Right.
opposition.
Exactly.
Another thing that you mentioned that I want to say as well, I got this advice from my dad. Well, two, I guess it would be two pieces of advice. One, when it comes down to the position, don't tie yourself down to one position. be versatile. My dad told me this, and something has stuck with me forever. If you play more than one position, you're never going to be on the bench.
Exactly.
And I am living proof that that is exactly what happened. Perfect example. My first year that I played in college, right? Naturally, I'm a winger, center mid. And one single game in college, I think I played, ended up playing 4 or 5 different positions.
Oh wow.
I kept getting moved around. Other players were getting subbed off, but I personally never came off the pitch. So I think that's really huge. Understand, I think at least one position, like in the midfield, and one defensively. I think you'd be pretty solid there, because then from there you can go on either side. Like if you're a winger, learn
The right side,
the
left side.
the outside back
Yeah.
position.
Like I agree with you there for sure, 100%. In my stint in coaching, as coaching freshmen in high school as well, like, at that age, you want to be the star, you want to show off, you want to have fun. Like, I get it. I was that age too. But there was kids who I would tell, play left back, play right back. I need you here in the center. And they were like, I'm a forward or this. And it's like, okay, you're a forward, but like, I'm gonna be real, you're not scoring a goal. So let me try you here in this position.
They don't want to.
And they don't want to do it. But their skills as a coach, I feel like you can see the skills of a player. And you can see that could adapt to a different position.
Absolutely.
And you're right, Omar. The more positions you play, you'll never be on the bench. If you can play center back as good as you can play forward and midfielder, like you are the coach's best friend. Like he will trust you in any position. And the whole point is to play. The
Yep.
more reps you have on a field, on a game, in a setting, the more your awareness builds, your tactics build. Like I don't think kids should be like, oh, I'm only a forward, or especially I'm only a left winger. Like at least
Try the other side.
try the other side. Like, okay, like it has its value. Like, yes, as a left winger, you cut inside to shoot.
Especially at that age, like high school and younger, even maybe college, but you don't need to kind of tie yourself down until you're really at least like semi-pro professional level, where it's like, okay, they're looking for a winger, they need a winger, you're gonna play and you're gonna be the winger. But even then, like the coach could always at any point need something different, and then you might be like, hey, I can try me there, you know?
Let's use a
And then
real life example.
yeah.
Who's a big player that most people recognize? Alfonso Davies, who started out as a left winger in MLS and went to Bayern Munich and was converted into the best left back for
Oh,
for a while until before his injury. He won a treble. He's won other trophies, and he was the best left back in the world for multiple seasons up until his injury.
yep.
And I still think he'll be one of the top left backs in the world. But that took sacrifice, and that took, like, understanding that, "Whoa, Robin and Ribery are on my team. I should probably be okay with playing left
Yeah, yeah.
back."
Or be on the bench. Again, like you
Yeah.
mentioned, but it ultimately just comes down, if you truly love it and you wanna be involved, at the end of the day, you just wanna play, wherever that may be. And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of kids nowadays, they don't have that mentality
They don't.
where it's like, "No, I wanna play here. If not, I'm not gonna play."
Yeah, I mean, I feel social media and seeing highlights, the Neymar, everyone wants to be like that Neymar or Messi or Ronaldo. Like, I get it, but kids should always focus on the fundamentals, like I mentioned, and from there, your coach, I promise, will put you in the right place because they see something in you that fits for them, and then they will nurture it and they will build it better. Like, there's a kid probably who's playing forward and is probably the best center back, but he doesn't really know right now. It just depends.
What other examples that can I feel like a lot of examples are like wingers. I feel like, Antonio
Mhm.
Valencia for us.
Right.
Manchester United, he was a winger, he was an attacker. But what did Sir Alex do? He moved him back to play right back.
He
And
moved
look at what that did for us.
Yeah, he was, I think, our best player, like, one season. He earned the number 7.
Yeah, he was 7, and honestly, after Ronaldo, he was probably one of the few that actually kind of
Yeah,
deserved the 7.
I think he deserved it. I don't think he wasn't as, like, flashy or the biggest scorer or anything, but I think he was
Again, back to
most
basics,
consistent. Base
very consistent on the fundamentals.
Mhm.
Another thing that's also the last thing that I would kind of touch on as advice, learn or work on your weak foot, man. There's nothing that pisses me off more, especially at the professional level. Sorry, I'm pointing over here because we have a
Yeah, we
game
have a
on,
TV, but
but there's nothing that pisses me off more, man, where let's say they have a shot to take and they don't, or they miss a timing because it's on their weak foot and they want to bring it onto their strong foot. where it's like just if you just have the confidence, work on it,
Yeah.
and
I don't know what it is.
it'll pick up your game a lot.
Have you noticed that like lefties just like absolutely hate their right foot?
Yeah.
Like they just want to rip it off. Like I don't get it. But
There's
like
that old saying where it's where they only use the right foot to get on the bus.
to me, was like a mind confusion thing. I'm like, a right footer, he'll try his left foot. It probably sucks sometimes, but for some reason, the lefty just absolutely hates using his right foot. But yeah, I think he's absolutely right, Omar. You got to use your weak foot. Like, there's a reason on FIFA Ultimate Team, if you have a 5-star weak foot, your value goes up like 100,000 coins or whatever. Like, it is incredibly important to be able to finish with both feet. Look at Ousmane Dembele. Like, he's ambidextrous, so both are good for him.
Yeah.
But look at how beneficial that's been to him. Cristiano Ronaldo, to me, developed his left foot really well to score goals. And Messi, I think,
He scored many goals, but even then, you can tell that I mean,
right.
you have a left foot like Messi, yeah, you would prefer that
Yeah,
left
of
foot too.
course.
But it's very situational. Again, if he would have zero confidence in his right foot, a lot of the goals that he made would not have happened.
Exactly. So he knows his left is dominant as heck,
Absolutely.
right? But you have to have that in your repertoire.
Yep.
Absolutely. Don't be like me who goes and plays with a bunch of friends and I'm still to this day hitting it with the outside of my right foot instead of using my left. Don't do that. Don't be like me.
And again, there's no other way to practice it and use it than by actually just playing. So get out there as well. No advisors, go play. I know I hear a lot of people, oh, I've been wanting to go back into play and just go do it.
Yeah.
Do it. All right, cool. All right, last little segment here. All right, on the fun one. It's called
Fun one.
Start, Bench, and Sell. We got 3 players, 3 options. I got groups of 2.
Okay.
I mean, the first one is strictly Manchester United. So start, bench, and sell. We have. It's funny that. Okay, I'll get into. I'll talk about it right now. So we have Cunha, Bruno, and the mod. Start one, bench one, and sell one.
Start one, bench one, and so on. Okay, so let me get this straight. Bruno, and what was the last one?
Cunha.
Cunha. All right. You're going to hate my answer or watch? I'm going to start with sell. You sell Bruno Fernandes.
Ooh.
And look, I know he's been our best player. I'm with you. And I respect him and I like him and everything. There's Bruno over there. He's our captain. But the man's is 31. And we haven't won anything necessarily big with him. I struggle with his leadership style. And we could still get a decent amount of money for him as of now. All right. Now the bench and who I would start. I would start Ahmad. For me, Ahmad is becoming a fantastic player that we thought he was going to become. He had an incredible African Cup of Nations with the Ivory Coast. He was probably their best player on the team. And I just think he's developing quickly. He was put into Sunderland for multiple loans. He's scored big goals. Like even when he was a 18-year-old, he just joined the team. He scored like an amazing header against AC Milan, like Europa League. Like this is a kid who I think has a lot of potential, and I think the right manager can really, really build him and give him the right confidence. He's got the pace. He's got the technical ability. He's got that left foot.
Yeah,
He's got
very good
skill.
left foot.
He's a hard worker, and there's so many
Attitude is important.
attitude's important, and like he's willing to play defense. On Ruben Amorim's 3 at the back style with wing backs, he was playing right wing back essentially.
And honestly, I think he had his better games in that system
Yeah.
as the wingback, not as the attacking midfield.
I agree. He would be on the touchline, but he'd be cutting in, causing havoc, and I really think Ahmad has a lot of potential.
Still, yeah. Left.
So that leaves Cunha to me on the bench. And I think Cunha is a good player, and I'm not taking anything away from him because he's shown with the Wolves that he can be one of the top, the better scorers in the league, but it was for Wolves, and somebody's got to score for Wolves.
Yeah.
And I think
And
he's
it was him, and he stepped up and he did a really good job. I mean,
He
God
did.
said why he's now at the biggest club.
Yeah,
Prem?
biggest club in the Prem. But like Cunha, I think to me is a good player. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think I feel like he's capping out with his potential.
I think like that's
Like
what
he'll be a solid Premier League starter for the rest of his career. But I just think like I don't know how
like
more.
we've seen it all as far
Yeah,
as
maybe a little bit more, but I just don't think it's like world class, necessarily potential. I think he's a really good player. but I don't know how much further he can go. He was with Atletico Madrid before. Like he's been on other big teams and he hasn't really like broken into it. Like even with Amorim, he was playing because of the double 10 system
Yeah.
where now he comes off the bench because he's behind Bruno. And I just don't think you don't know if he's a 10, you don't know if he's a left winger, you don't know if he's like a center forward. So it's kind of like he's still figuring that out. And I don't even think well now with the new system potentially it could help him solidify himself. Anyway, what about you, bro?
Oh, I mean, damn, you convinced me. That was very good.
What was your original thought process?
My original thought process was, I think we have to. Bruno has to be on the field no matter what. To me, he's just too big of a difference maker, especially at a team like we are now, where we haven't been the best.
Yeah.
We have quality, but it's a team, and I mean it comes to show week in and week out. Whenever he's not there, like we
Understand. Like I know I said sell, but like I didn't Bruno, but like not because he sucks, but because it's like you can still get something out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely see your vision. But yeah, to me personally, definitely got to start him. And honestly, I had it's kind of this similar way, but if we really need money, bro, sell Ahmad.
Dang, sell him odd.
That's good, and then of course Bruno goes on the bench. But
Yeah.
I mean, like you're saying, in a way for Bruno, like we would still get something out of him. But I feel like because of his age, whereas like from business standpoint, it would make more sense to me to sell Ahmad,
Mhm.
get even more.
But what happens when he's like a Ballon d'Or contender, like Ousmane Dembele?
We put a clause on him like Marshall.
Yeah, he's not even doing good at
He
Monterrey.
just scored for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. After he had a pen, he took it, he missed, and he scored the rebound.
Yeah. Well,
But anyways, yeah. But the reason I was laughing was because I mean you said Cunha and then on the bench, and so did I, and Michael Carrick is actually did the exact same thing today
yeah.
and had him on the bench.
Mhm.
Which one of the big questions was like, how are we gonna get Ahmad and Mbumo playing on the same starting 11, because they're similar roles.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean Michael Carrick put put Sesko and Cunha on the bench, had Mbumo play the 9 striker, and Ahmad on the right, and it seems to have worked wonders.
It worked out. I mean, granted, like we don't. I feel like I don't know the exact tactical style that Carrick was going for, but I think he wanted speed. I think he wanted a counter-attacking kind of team,
Yeah,
and to put in Bumo, who's like incredibly fast
especially as a striker.
as a striker, causing havoc to two center backs that are just coming. Like I believe Man City just recalled a lone player, a center back, and he's like 20 years old.
Yeah,
And like there's I believe he's from like a smaller country nation. I can't remember right now. Kazakhstan, I think. I could be wrong. But he's also like relatively young as well. So I think he was causing them havoc. And then both Mbumo and Ahmad just came back from the African Cup of Nations where they both were like their best players on their
yeah.
teams. And I feel like they had a lot of good form coming
Oh,
into this game
absolutely.
for sure.
It definitely showed.
Yeah, it showed for sure. So who's your next one, bro? Like who's your next buy or start bench?
Oh, that's right. I said I had one more. All right, this one's a little bit more diverse as far as things not
Okay.
United. Actually, no United players. I have Jeremy Doku,
Okay.
Bukayo Saka, and Joao Pedro.
No, Pedro. You think Pedro's a winger?
I mean, what is he, more of attacking mid, or
I
is he a
think
striker?
supposedly he was bought as a striker, but he's more of a 10. So I have no idea.
All right, well,
But
let's start bench. So
so
Saka, Joao Pedro.
that's to me the sell is an easy one. Doku.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the guy, solid player, not bad. He plays on City, but I just feel like sometimes he dribbles too much, and I think Pep hates that.
but looking at it from a pet perspective, you
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, you can get rid of him, and I think that's the whole reason they brought Seminayo. So, and not Doku Sal, quick right there. And as
Okay.
far as like bench, to me, João Pedro, because he's still developing, and I feel like even he doesn't know his best position. Is he a 10? Is he a winger?
Still trying to figure it out.
He's still figuring it out. And then, of course, Ska, who we've seen be a consistent starter at Arsenal and be like their most important player for now multiple seasons. He got hurt a lot last year, but look at him now this year. Maybe not getting as much goals or assists, I would say, as like maybe other players, but I just feel like he's a smart player. Like and he makes the right choices.
Okay.
What about you?
So Saka.
What? Dude, you're what?
It's definitely an Arsenal thing. I would yeah, probably I would start Joao Pedro and then Doku on the bench.
Really? Okay.
I feel like for that same like versatility Joe Pedro could bring,
Mhm.
definitely starting on Doku. Like say he's a very good dribbler, game changer, but I think coming off the bench.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I mean, really? You would sell Saka just because he's from
Yeah.
Arsenal? This guy hates Arsenal.
I didn't say it, he did, but I'm not disagreeing with it. Well, all right, cool.
All right.
And that's gonna be it for this episode from the bench.
From the
And
bench. This is literally a bench
we'll
right
show you
here.
right now. It's kind of a mess here, but yeah, special shout out. Notice around us, Pele Soccer Shop here in Anaheim for letting us do this. Really appreciate it. Give them a
Give him a follow, give him a like. Come by if you live near Disneyland.
don't just come out just to visit us. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool World Cup
Oh, dude.
stuff coming out.
I don't even know how many jerseys I want to buy.
A lot of good options here. Well, again, Omar Gutierrez here with Pitch Please on our little series called From the Bench.
Dylan Monroy Show,
Check them out on Instagram.
Instagram, TikTok, and Dylan Monroy Show.
All one word.
All one word.
No underscore.
No underscore.
Dylan Monroy Show.
Show.
We'll put that up there.
I'll be there. I'll give you guys stuff.
Yeah, and then for us, it's Pitch Please _pod on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Channel is Omar Guti. Just look us like put all the links there. Cool. Well,
Sounds
okay,
good, bro. First, bro.
good day, Manchester United.
We're the greatest in Manchester again.
That's right. Manchester is red. And here, before we go, like check out this is a bench.
See?
It's an actual
It's a bench.
solid aluminum bench.
Peace out.
Later.